In the heart of Igbo land, nestled between vast green hills and surrounded by palm trees that swayed like dancers in the cool breeze, there lay a village called Umidike. The village was known for its sprawling farmlands, streams that sparkled in the sunlight, and a tightly knit community where stories of old gods and ancestral spirits were whispered under the moonlight. Hut houses with thatched roofs lined the sandy roads, their walls painted with patterns of red, black, and white, the sacred colors of the land. Umidike's young girls were often seen in their finest traditional attire, particularly during festivals. They wrapped themselves in colorful George wrappers, their hair braided into intricate styles adorned with woolly designs and coral beads that jingled with every step. The village elders often joked that these girls could make the gods forget their heavenly duties with their beauty. Yet, amidst this charm and life, there was a shadow, a family consumed by greed and cruelty. Amara was the daughter of Namdi and Adis, a respected couple who had once brought pride to Umidike. Her father, a trader with connections as far as Lagos, had built a modest fortune, while her mother was known for her wisdom and kindness. But fate was cruel. A plane crash robbed Amara of her parents when she was only 16. Her uncle, Ichi Okeke, and his wife, Neka, took her in. Ichi Okeke was Namdi's younger brother, a man with sharp eyes and a heart as cold as harmattan winds. He had always envied his brother's wealth. Now, with Namdi gone, he saw an opportunity to claim it all. At first, they treated Amara with the barest semblance of care. But as time passed, their true intentions became clear. They withheld food from her, made her sleep in the kitchen on a mat, and forbade her from wearing the beautiful wrappers her mother had left behind. Neka would sneer, saying, "You think you're special because of your beauty. Let's see how far beauty takes you when you're penniless." The young girls in the community, daughters of the wealthier families, shunned Amara, mocking her torn clothes and her lean frame. Yet despite all this, Amara remained kind, her inner light unyielding. She sang as she walked, her voice a balm to her soul even as her hands ached from endless chores. One day, Ichi Okeke gathered his friends in his Obi, central hut. "This girl," he said, gesturing toward Amara, who was outside sweeping, "thinks she will inherit my brother's wealth. No. I will see her destroyed before that happens." The men chuckled, nodding in agreement. One of them whispered, "Why not marry her off to that beast in Poro village? That one will finish her off, and you'll be free of her for good." The beast they referred to was a man named Chinedu from a distant village. Rumor had it that Chinedu had been cursed by a wicked wench, a scorned lover turned sorceress. He was said to have the face of a monster, with sharp fangs and claws like an animal. No one dared approach him, and his home was a fortress hidden deep in the forest. Ichi Okeke grinned. "Perfect. She will marry him, and that will be the end of her." Neka prepared Amara for the wedding with cruel glee. "You will wear this," she said, tossing her a faded wrapper. "No beads, no makeup. What's the point? A beast doesn't care for beauty." Amara wept, pleading with them to reconsider, but her cries fell on deaf ears. On the morning of the wedding, she was bundled into a cart and taken to Mporo village. The journey was long and silent, broken only by the whispers of villagers who pitied her fate. When they reached the beast compound, Amara was shoved into the entrance. "Good luck," Ichi Okeke sneered. The gate slammed shut behind her. Inside, Amara braced herself for the horror she expected. But instead of a monster leaping at her, she saw a tall figure standing in the shadows. His voice was deep, but not cruel. "Who are you, and why have you come here?" "I am Amara," she stammered. "I was forced to marry you." The man stepped into the light, and Amara gasped. Though his face bore a beastly form, his nose elongated, his eyes golden and fierce, there was something dignified about him. His clothes were fine, his posture regal. This was no ordinary man. Chinedu sighed. You have been dragged into a curse meant for me. Leave, before it consumes you too. But Amara shook her head. I have nowhere else to go. If you will have me, I will stay. Over the weeks that followed, Amara learned Chinedu's story. He was a prince from the village of Oba. A wicked wench, jealous of his wealth and power, had cursed him to live as a beast until he found someone who would love him without fear or condition. It's impossible, he said bitterly. Who could love this? But Amara didn't see a beast. She saw a man with kind eyes who spoke gently and treated her with respect, unlike anyone she'd known since her parents' death. Slowly, she began to care for him, tending to his wounds and sharing stories from her childhood. In return, Chinedu taught her skills she had never learned: how to read, how to defend herself, and how to see her own worth. Their bond deepened, and for the first time in years, Amara felt truly valued. One evening, as the full moon rose, Amara sat by the fire, humming a song her mother used to sing. Chinedu watched her, his heart heavy with unspoken feelings. Finally, he spoke. Amara, do you fear me? She looked at him, her eyes soft. I do not. You are not a beast to me, Chinedu. You are the kindest man I have ever known. As her words hung in the air, a golden light enveloped Chinedu. Amara shielded her eyes, and when the light faded, she gasped. Standing before her was not a beast, but a strikingly handsome man, his features sharp and noble. The curse was broken. News of Chinedu's transformation spread quickly. When the prince returned to Umidike with Amara by his side, dressed in fine Ayesa egu and adorned with the royal coral beads, the villagers were stunned. Ichi Okeke and Neko trembled as the prince demanded justice. You treated this woman, your own blood, with cruelty and malice. You shall be stripped of all the wealth you stole and banished from this land. The villagers cheered as Ichi Okeke and Neka were led away in disgrace. Amara and Chinedu married again, this time in a grand ceremony filled with joy and celebration. The once lonely orphan became a beloved queen, her beauty matched only by her strength and kindness. Together, they ruled with wisdom, ensuring that no one in their kingdom would ever suffer as she had. And so, in the land of Umidike, the story of the beast and the orphan became a tale of love's power to heal and transform, passed down from generation to generation under the glowing moonlight.